Okay. 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay, Fish.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. I think it's because like I don't know what I'm gonna say. But let me just go. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sihle Fish. If you're new here, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me once again. Today I have my lovely friend, my lovely friend Palisa.
Hi guys.
She's joining me today in the topic that I have. It's a very interesting topic. It's very controversial. It's not something that we normally hear people say, and you'll see it like as the title on the video thingy. So I chose Palisa specifically for this video because we have had this conversation before. We've been through things that led us to come to this theory of what we're talking about. And yes, are you excited?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm excited, but also it's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Fine. You
like,
just
okay.
say whatever's in your
Yeah,
mind.
just say what's on your chest and then it's over. Yeah.
So firstly, I think it would make sense to take you guys through our dating history. When we started dating, when we started, exploring ourselves, seeing what we like, blah 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 blah. Do you want to go first? You can go first.
Okay, let me maybe start when I was in high school. Nah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Nah? Yeah.
That's cool.
So when I was in high school, I was the good girl.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything with boys. I didn't think about
Nerd.
boys. I was a nerd in my books all the time.
Yeah, just like me. Like I feel like in high school, like we're too focused on our books. Like you need to study. Like you need to study. Like where do you have time for boys? Like it doesn't
Also, what
make
are you
sense.
doing with boys?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
And I think for me, like boys were not. I wasn't interested in them like that.
Like that, yeah.
Like you would
Same.
see a cute boy, like
Same.
okay, he's cute, but I didn't think of doing anything about it.
Nothing.
But we had
Nothing.
friends that were dating. Then
Yes.
did you? Yeah.
I did. And
Did you feel some sort of pressure?
never.
Same.
Like for them it was like, but also I was always around people that would like, there were people that would talk about people.
Okay.
So if you're in a relationship with someone's talking snacks about you, someone else.
Okay.
So I didn't like the fact that was the culture, and it was like, even me, what if I choose the wrong boy?
Exactly.
What if I choose a
then
boy
there's
that
things
does
going
this?
around.
Then
Yeah,
people are
the
going to talk about me like this.
Mm.
So I didn't like that. Yeah.
And it just seemed really messy, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so messy. Like, what are you doing? And then this month you're dating so and so and so. Next month, and also like you have to sacrifice your breaks because now at break you have to go and do that. During breaks, we spoke about it before that during breaks we used to study. I used to study. Well, personally,
During
first
break.
first break I went to church.
You should study. Yeah, we used to go to
Yeah,
church.
that you know that thing that
Christian fellowship.
Yes. At school we used to go there, and then second break I'd go and do my homeworks of whatever I had on that day. Like I didn't like being outside. Like I was very nerdy, like very nerdy.
Yes.
So that whole idea of now you have to go with the boyfriend.
Hang out with people, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Be around people. Even now you must be with his friends.
Exactly. Where did they get the strength to do that? Like even till this day, like when I see young kids walking with boyfriends, I'm like, focus on school, study. How?
Yeah. So that was high school. So then after high school, then I went to Stellenbosch. And then in Stellenbosch, like it was not cute. It was not cute. My eyes were opening, but the people that were there like were not my type of people. I wasn't interested in them. And I also didn't go out a lot, so I didn't get to meet, like, if there were people that I was interested in, I probably didn't get to meet them because I was not going out a lot or anything like that.
And also, like, normally it's like when you see those few people that you're like, hey, they already have someone.
Yeah.
So there's not, first of all, there's not many options, and the options that they have their own people.
Exactly.
So it makes it much harder.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I also opened my eyes in after high school, that's when I was like, okay, so what are boys? Let's talk about what do boys do, you know, and start actually like speaking to them. Like if someone showed interest in me and I think, okay, he's cute, then I'd give it a chance and speak to them. Yeah, it definitely happened after high school.
Did you think you sat down with yourself and you were like, okay, let me actually start looking?
No, I did. I was intentional about it. Like, actually, I am going to start talking to boys, you know, because I was just like, okay, now, we're getting older, and I wanted to have an experience. I wanted to know what is going on. Also, me, like, you know, I was tired of being the one that's like, oh, I've never had that. Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah.
Or like, it was getting boring. Like, I wanted to be able to conversate even with other people and be like, yo, me,
okay, so like to your point, I think I also kind of started sitting down and being like, okay, let me do this thing, let me try it out, let me see like what, you know. And then when I started like giving this thing a shot, then I met this one guy, Vele. So coming into this whole thing, right? So I had like expectations. So I was in church, serving in church, going to church, you know, the Lord, hallelujah. Then all my expectations were shaped around like they were shaped from church, or they were coming from church, right? So I placed all of those. I was like, okay, these are what they are. So I expected someone, really, the person that I'm going to be with, they must go to church. They must also be serious. They must be praying. They must be serving. They must be, you know, they must be serious like that. So this guy, this first person that I started talking to, like giving it a shot with, he was like all of that.
Yeah,
like he was going to church.
Things,
he was serving in church.
We're thinking your husband
he was even doing more than me.
Yes.
Like he was doing more than me. When it's like, okay, it's Connect Group, he would fetch those people from those places and then bring them to Connect or whatever. So, but then, it really wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. It was not happening.
Like he was good on paper, like as a CV. Like you have this, you do this. But practicals in terms of we have to talk to each other. We have to.
When I tell you the fact that I've had a bad day, how do you
react? Exactly.
How do you react when I'm telling you, no, I don't like this thing? Are you trying to find out why I don't like this thing? Are you trying to find out?
He was like low-key emotionally unavailable. Yeah. He wasn't trying to dig. He wasn't.
He was even like just give, like he was putting his own things on me.
Yes.
No, you can't like this thing. You can't not like this thing because no, just change your mindset. And I'm just like.
So the thing about the guys that look good via the CV, everything is like in terms of personality and how they interact and how they're just unable to. They don't seem to be the guys to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they don't have it. Like everything else is good. Like I can take you home to my parents. They'll say you're lovely. But the relationship that we have, like me and you, what is going on? How do you speak to me? How do you handle, you know, my bad days, good days, like, and stuff like that. So I think that was kind of the turn off that we had. Like, hey, okay, these Christian guys, whatever, or
the ones
good
that are good on paper.
Yes, maybe we shouldn't restrict ourselves to that. Because it was what we were used to, and it was an expectation. Like, if you have a man, also even going back to your friends and telling them that you have a man that is not straight, it wasn't nice. So you'd wanna pick a guy that looks like, you know? Yeah. So I think we just saw that maybe we should just change a bit. Like,
let's open things up a little bit more. You know, give different types of people a chance, and not just like cancel people from, hey, are you good? How's your paper looking? Good on paper, not good. So definitely.
So where do you think that changed for you? Like, is there someone that came and changed all of that?
Yeah, so there was someone that came Vele. So now I still have those expectations, right? But I'm giving people a chance now. So then I met this other one. This one, he was the opposite. He was the opposite. So I'm very reserved, shy, you know, to myself. But he was very like out there. He had a very like active social life. He was posting every
out ASOS page.
Very
you know those guys that are on social media, like you were sitting there watching their lives every day.
Yes. So he was like that. But every time that I would have a conversation with him, every time it was giving.
Yes.
Like,
so the paper wasn't
good.
No. The CV
was
the parents would decline.
They would
immediately.
Friends decline. Parents decline.
Church decline.
Everyone.
But then the personality, like now the relationship amongst us.
Yeah.
She could talk to her about things. I mean, talk to him about things. He would pay attention.
He would ask me questions. He would inquire. But why? Wait, how? He would disagree with me. Still like
have healthy debates.
Exactly. Exactly. And then but I was still stuck. Friend, I was still stuck.
It was
on
very
those
hard to
expectations.
receive it.
It was very, very
because it was
hard
like,
to receive it.
This is nice, but why don't you have those other things?
Like I can talk to you, I can do this, I can do this, Marano. I can do this, I can do this, Marano. Like it was always like
it always went back to paper.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to what the paper says.
Yeah.
So now you can't go and tell your friends, Mara, show me his personality. Oh, Mara, show me he listens to me. It won't work because you're the only one that knows. You're the only one that
he's
knows.
only talking to you.
Exactly. The rest of us are seeing him there on social media. We're seeing the way he's interacting with other people and it doesn't look good. Do you understand? So those are the things that made it difficult. But I think that we just got to the point of wanting to own the experience for ourselves. And we're like, you know what? Screw all of that. We're doing our own thing. Okay, so the main expectation I feel like I want to highlight that we grew up with is that when you date, you must date for marriage. So all of these people that we were looking at and were talking to, it kind of was would you be someone that I can marry? Like, would you be someone that I see myself spending the rest of my life with you, whatever. So now, every time we spoke to you, we want to see, I can't be with someone who doesn't pray, what's going to happen? Or I can't be with someone who doesn't go to church, who doesn't serve, all of those things. And we were just really, at every point of talking to someone, we were just making sure, are you marriage material, yes or no?
Looking at those
things. So we saw that, like, I personally, but then the both of us came to that realization that it's not, to think like that is very detrimental to ourselves, the things that we need to learn, our experiences. So I think that's when we decided that no, man, people are people. Let's take this opportunity to learn about ourselves first of all, because it's such an expectation on someone else. Like, are you husband material? But am I wife material? Exactly. Am I even girlfriend? Let's not even go and like, am I girlfriend material? Can you even date me first of all?
Yeah. What about me?
Exactly. What about me? Everything else is on you. Like, do you have a car? Do you have a house? Can you take care of me? But then me. And especially because we came from that church, home, school, we were very limited on the things that we know. We only knew things by the book.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to really interact with them. We didn't know how to handle certain things. We didn't know what boys are like in general. Boys do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just what they do. Or that's just their personality. Boys are visual beings. Boys are We knew none of that, but we thought we could know what marriage needs. That was so lame. But I'm glad that we got over it, and I feel like we learned a lot. What could you say is something that you learned through that?
I think one thing that I learned from letting the book or the boys with the good qualities on paper go and allowing for everyone to come, I think I learned a lot about myself, a lot about how I interact with people, how I handle conflict, when I'm upset and when and I have someone else that I'm with or somebody else that I'm doing whatever with. How do I, what's my impact on that other person when I'm upset or when I don't care or when So I learned a lot about myself.
Definitely.
Let me say I learned a lot about that. I also learned that sometimes your expectations really restrict you from learning so many other things, because the minute that I started letting some of my expectations go, they would come with other things that I knew nothing about and teach you that, there's this thing called this thing is good for you. And like, you would receive it so well, like, I didn't know this thing existed. I didn't know this thing. So, yeah.
Even like love languages, like, you didn't even know that you're a physical touch person. You didn't know that words of affirmation are a thing for you. You didn't know that quality time was a thing for you. You know, you didn't know all of these things, and it was such an eye-opening experience. Like, this is who I am. And I think that's why when we decided, we're like, we're going to go date people because we want to know ourselves better. We want to see what is going on with ourselves and what is going on with the relationships in general. And I think that in church, I'm sure they always separate girls and boys, because they always have the thing of, if boys and girls come together, it's always gonna be a mess. Like, you know, someone's gonna wanna date someone. But that is robbing us of being able to interact with boys, like being able to understand that in a healthy way, understand that they're not as emotional as you. This is how they communicate. Because that's what relationships are about: understanding one another, knowing that he's like this naturally, I'm like this naturally. This is where we meet halfway.
Like, even I was watching this other thing now, and like, they were talking about like it's like the idolatry of marriage, right? And like, they were like, in churches these days, this whole separation of boys and girls, and go this side and you guys go this side, like, it really doesn't encourage platonic healthy relationships with opposite genders. Like, now the only context you have to think about a boy in church is Sujona, or there's nothing else. Like,
there's nothing else you can get from a boy besides Mjolo.
We can't be friends. We can't be like really close. We can't be. Everything is like, when you guys are like super super close, it's like,
what's going on? Something's fishy.
Something's you guys could. You guys.
We're not saying that it's not something that happens very because it is a thing. But I'm saying that, like, we shouldn't treat it like that's the only thing. Like, we can't act like, you guys are gonna jola separate. No. And I feel like even me having guy friends has taught me a lot about guys, like, you know, and how to just relationship with them, like, you know, understand them better, and how we're so different. I think that's the main thing, like, how we're so different, and how each and every person has to meet each other halfway. Like, yes, you're different and that's fine, but how do we make it work so that we come together and we build healthy relationships via friendships, via romantic, with your father, with your brother, any form of male. Even in the workplace, you understand, males, when it comes to paperwork, they're not those type of people, whatever. Like, you know, just understanding things like that. So if you're failing to understand a guy as a friend or someone that you go to church with, how much more someone that you're dating? How do you think that, you know, like, it's insane. You must start small. Like, you must start small. Also, what I've learned is that we must treat people as experiences, like, not positions of, this is what I have now, you need to go with me to eternity. Like, no, like, that is not the way. First of all, people are not here to marry us. Men were not born to marry us. No, they have a purpose. They have things that they need to do. Like, you know, you can't see a man and think that he needs to marry you.
He needs to keep the thing. Now you have your list. This is what you need to be.
And you must be like that for eternity. Like, I feel like now I believe in having people as an experience. Like, this boy, I met him today, I'm talking to him, I'm experiencing things with him.
It for what it is.
I'm experiencing, this is the time that we have, I love it. This is what we're doing now, I love it. I'm in the moment, I'm enjoying it. Should it end? Thank you. It ends. That's it. It ends. And thank you. Next, we move on to another one. It's not the end of the world. And I feel like I have taken something from that experience of being with you. I've learned something. Because another thing that we realized, I think that with that guy that was totally different from you, like, he had so much patience for you, friend. Like, he was so patient. He was like, okay, this girl is stuck up on her own things, but I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be patient. And, you know, you literally transitioned in his eyes. So I think, like, just allow people to be who they are. Even you, give yourself grace, make mistakes, learn. Today you think this, tomorrow you don't think this. But then
it's an experience.
Yes,
it's an experience.
definitely.
You're learning.
Yes.
Don't be too attached. Like, I must make this thing work.
Yeah,
this thing must be this. This thing must no. Like, just experience that thing for what it is. And
yeah.
if it ends, it ends.
And I think that with every guy that I've been with or I've spoken with, I received something. Like, they taught me something.
100%.
And something was revealed in me that I didn't know. Like, one would be, oh, actually, I like being touched. The other one is, actually, I have a short temper. I must learn to communicate more.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with each and every guy, I don't regret, because I went in with the mentality of, here, I'm here to learn something. And also, I'm here to enjoy.
Enjoy. Exactly.
We are here to enjoy. Don't worry about marriage and children and where we're gonna live. Enjoy. This person is here.
Yes.
Enjoy. If it proceeds to that, 100% happy. If it doesn't,
It
great.
doesn't.
It doesn't. You know, but it's never a loss. You're never losing anything. Like, when you are liking someone, friend, and you are happy in that moment, you can never say, I wasted my time. I don't think that it's never a loss. And I think that people don't want to do that, like, to date around and like, because they're thinking that, yo, my love, I don't want to waste my love, I want to give it to someone who will marry me, I want to, but you don't know that though. Like, you don't know if this person is someone that you're gonna marry. Exactly. And each and every point that you love someone, it was never a waste. Those feelings were true, those feelings were important, those feelings we're good. Move on after 100%. That. Yeah, it is never a waste. I don't like it when people make it seem like they are saving their love and they are saving their joy and tears for someone else. You don't know when that person is coming. He could come when I'm 35. What have I done this whole time? What have I learned?
Yes.
And I feel like by the time I meet my husband, someone that's going to be my husband, I want to have grown a lot and be a completely different person than I was when I was 18.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes. 100%. So I think that as much as we were at a point where, like, now we are giving people a chance, letting people be, we were learning things about them, learning things about us. As much as we were there, I think now, right, like, it's more, we're at a place of, like, intentionally with the people that we are whatevering with, intentionally, like, letting that thing play out, letting that thing be
something,
giving it time, letting it, you know, unfold. Yeah. So,
because I think we've always had it, like, in bits and pieces of, yo, I was talking to this guy for like a week, I saw him, yo, whatever happened, blah. But then now it's like we kind of want to sit, like, be at one point, be at one point. Yes, it's good to go out, yo, thank you, next day, moving on. Today is this one, tomorrow is this one. But there is a point where you just want to experience something with someone for a much longer time. Yeah, so I think now we're there where we're like, okay, I want to pick a guy that I can learn with, and let's actually do this thing together and see what happens. So it's still not the point of, hey, I think I want to marry you, so I'm choosing a guy who I think it's still not there. But it's more of a, now I want to actually do something with someone. And see, because now it's easy to think that, okay, I think I'm better at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then until you're in the relationship inside, then it's like, hey, I thought I was, but I'm not. Exactly.
So taking all of those lessons now,
and putting them into practice.
Let's see, really, did I actually learn?
Exactly.
Did I actually learn? Yeah.
So since now we've grown, we've learned, and we are, you know, in a different, way more different headspace than we were 5 years ago. What are your expectations now? Like, when you think of someone and you think of, I want to do something with someone, what do you expect from them? What would you say is a good CV on you?
Okay. I would say, right, I want someone that I can, like, that when I speak to you, when I interact with you, when I engage with you, I feel like you are understanding what I'm trying to say. You are hearing me. You are, like, you're on the same level that I am in terms of, like,
comprehension. Exactly.
I also feel like there are certain things, right, like how we grew up, how our parents are now, how I and a lot of those things have shaped how we think now. So having someone that understands that, having someone that can relate to that to some level, yeah. So I think that that's important for me.
Also, like, I think for me, I want someone that knows how to express themselves, like knows how to communicate, because I'm a communicator. You will know how I feel about something. You will know where I'm at. You will know, like, you know, at all times. And you don't even have to ask me. Me being with you is automatically me letting you know. So I want someone that is able to be the same, because I need words. Like, words are very important to me, and I will not know unless you say it. So if maybe you don't like something, I want someone to be able to tell me, and how he says it also is very important. Yes. Emotional intelligence, please. Emotional intelligence. Like, you must be able to, yes, there's a problem, yes, you're feeling something towards something, but then how we go forward, how you address it, how you deal with it, how you handle it must be, because I feel like I would give that to you also. I want someone that is funny, like, you know, I can send you memes. I was able to send you memes and we love about it. Someone that pays attention, like when I say, because I like, sometimes I forget things, like I forget, but someone that remembers, like you said, and most of the time I'm like, I said that, why did I say that? Like, why did I say that? Why did I even tell you? But the fact that, like, you remembered and you paid attention to that, like, I love that so much. Someone that wants to spend time, like, you must be obsessed with me. Obsessed. You must want to spend time with me. You must always try to talk to me, because that's how that's reassurance for me. Like, that's reassurance that, okay, this person's still here. This person still wants, In terms of what this person does, it's not that deep. I feel like, at this point, like, I want it to be healthy amongst us. I want me and you, how are things, you know? Mostly all of those outside things are like a bonus. I still want to know how it's like to be treated well. To be cared for.
To be considered. Someone to pay attention. Someone who is for your life.
Like someone that is showing up for you, like someone that is supportive. Like, I have a YouTube channel and you're like, yes, I watched that video. Like, you know, dude, if I'm at a certain place, be there. And I feel like we will reciprocate. Like, we're not saying you are must do. No, that's because we're seeing all of these things that we want, because we are those things. So we want to be able to bounce it off of each other. Exactly.
Someone that linganas.
Someone with same level. When I talk to you, when I ask you things, how is your opinion? How is your view on things? Can we conversate? Friend conversation. People, they can talk. Simple things like conversation, like, can you conversate? Like, you know? How are you with my friends? Are you someone that is, like, you know, are you someone that is
finding out? Are you inquiring of them and their lives? Are you trying to figure out, okay, who are you?
You're not just taking me and be like, this person. Like, do you care?
You are just my person, and that's all. No.
So you see, like, those, I feel like those are the things that make relationships what they are. Like, those are the basis things. Like, those are the things that we need. And I think that those are the things that now we want to experience with one person for quite some time.
For a while.
For a while. Because as much as, the streets, but I feel like, now we just want to pick this one person and go forth with these things.
Yes, 100%.
In conclusion, I'd like to say that, like, I think I'm very proud of us and how far we've come. And that also, like, we are just unapologetically
navigating the season. We are doing it with our chest. We are not doing it.
I must hide. I must do close friends so that no one doesn't see. No, because we believe in it. Like, we believe that we're at a good place. We believe that it makes sense. If you're in your 20s, I feel like this is where you should be. Like, your 20s are for this.
You experiencing, learning.
Yes, unapologetically. So, because remember in the beginning, you were just like, okay, I'll date this person, but I'll hide them.
Yes.
Now you're going to be with our people like this on the streets. We don't care what you think about them, what you're saying. Us, we know what we're doing with our people. You know? So just like, doing it with our chest and being intentional about it. And I think just doing it together also
it helps.
It just helps so much. Like, because sometimes it's like you would think that, like, I'm over something, like maybe I'm not having a limitation or I'm not restricted in my head. And you would notice like, friend, you always do this. You're always boxing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's
You're
a pattern.
always there's a
Behavior,
pattern.
yeah.
Let go of whatever. Because there's never a time where you've let go of every expectation. You know, there's always gonna be something revealed.
Yes.
So we check each other like, hey friend, why are you saying you don't want him because of what? You know, like you seem to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go of that. And
You were very instrumental in having me check myself.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that I was bouncing between these expectations versus no, live your life, be who you are. These expectations, live your life. You really helped me see that. So I think that navigating the season with someone like brings different perspective. It like makes you aware of things that you might like have a blind spot towards, things like that. So it's
also just like someone that you trust, because it's a critical it's a
someone
critical point.
Trust.
Someone you trust that they will guide you and say, friend, now you're doing too much. Because there is a point of doing too much where you're getting out of control. Now every new guy every day, calm down. So someone to check you and say, hey girl, are we still in that vision, or are you still are you going your own direction now?
Even what you did here, you were not supposed to do it. How you navigated this relationship or this what you were not supposed to do it like that.
So I think that now I love that we're more free. Like we're just free, and we're gaining so much from it.
100%.
Thank you, friend.
Thanks
For coming. This was so much fun. I didn't even, in the beginning of the video I was like, I don't even know what to say, but then now I see it like as the video.
But you always say that. You always like, I don't know what to say,
and then it just got. But friend, I really appreciate it, and I'll say it again, I chose you specifically because I knew that you understand. Because we've walked this journey together.
We are
understand.
doing it
and there's literally no judgment. There's only guidance, no judgment. There's only guidance. Because there's some things I would do that you wouldn't do. And there's some things you would do that I wouldn't do. But it's like no judgment but guidance. You know, be yourself but be guided.
But even you doing these other things, or me doing these other things that you wouldn't do, when I get to a point where I feel like, okay, I think I might be going in that direction. Now she's there. Now she's there to be like, say, okay, now you here. This is this and this.
So I really appreciate our friendship. Thank you guys for watching. This was so amazing. I think that you guys, if you watched it, you are definitely agreeing with some of the things that we said, if not everything we said. I hope that you guys learned something from it. We're also just learning every day. We don't have it we don't have it perfectly. We're just learning every day. And I really appreciate you guys' support. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know where you're at. Maybe we missed a couple of points that you think like are important, then you can let us know. But other than that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.